Allah Azza wa Jal began the story of humanity with a marriage, the marriage of Adam alayhi salam and Hawa. And that marriage, I did a video on it, check the link. That marriage teaches us so much about what marriage is supposed to be. It's supposed to be something sacred, purposeful, a partnership in this journey to pleasing Allah Azza wa Jal. But many couples today are struggling. They're struggling, and often it's not because of lack of love. It's really because we don't know ourselves. We study everything else, but we don't study ourselves. That's the thing. I have a client who has a PhD and 2 masters, but never studied herself, her own patterns. Didn't even know she had so much negative thoughts going on in the background. So we don't know ourselves. We come with a lot of baggage. And this we start projecting onto our spouse. And the other thing is, we do not know our Deen. Many of us do not know that marriage is an act of worship. Many of us do not know the rules and regulations of marriage. We don't know the rights and obligations of the spouse, of the husband, of the wife. And if you're new here, Assalamu Aleykum. My name is Binta. I'm a Qur'an teacher and certified mindset coach. I'm also named Yahya, and I help women build stronger relationships by combining Qur'anic understanding, of course, with the Sunnah, with practical coaching tools and especially tools for mindset. I'm a mindset coach, as I mentioned, and I love how mindset impacts so many life areas. So this is what I'm most passionate about. And in this, this channel, this is where I share my reflections, my lessons, the things that help me and my sisters grow both spiritually and emotionally. And so in this video, I kind of want to talk about these 2 areas, lack of self-knowledge and lack of religious understanding, and how both affect the way that we show up in our marriage. And for that, we're going to start with, first, the lack of knowledge of the Deen. So let's put Allah first, ahead of ourselves. Let me share with you a clip that I recorded. It's a pre-recorded. It's part of the workshop. It's part of the Blessed Relationship. It's a course that I did, I think 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, actually. And this is how I introduce the topic of rights and obligations. Listen to it, and then I will see you right after this short clip, inshallah. We are going to tackle in today's session, we're going to look at the rights and obligations of the wife and the husband. But before we do that, I want us again to go back to the intention, like the intention slide that's in your handout already. I want us to again go back to this intention. We're doing this class to look at our own marriage from a different perspective, right? Because we've been all this while, probably, most of us, we've been looking at marriage just like the 2 of us, him and I. Marriage in Islam is not just the 2 of you. You know that? It's not just the 2 of us. No. It's you, him, and Allah Azza wa Jal legislation. Like, we saw how our life belongs to Allah. We saw the ayah where it says, my life, my living, my dying, my sacrifice, everything is for Allah. So my marriage is for Allah. The beauty with Islam is that we are not monks, right? There's no such thing as us denying our desires, denying life. Dunya is not cursed. Dunya is created for us. Allah has created dunya for us. It has its pleasures, it has its blessings and benefits, and it is for us. So we are not monks, and we are not like Christian sisters in a convent where we don't marry. Islam is the perfect balance because it does not deny those desires that you have, natural desires that you have, but it just channels those desires into something that is pleasing to your creator, the one who created you. He knows you and I best. And he says, this is how you are going to use whatever you're dealing with, whatever dunya you have. This is the way you live your life, right? At the same time, we don't deny desires, but at the same time, we don't just do whatever we want to do. Like, we have no boundaries, no regulation.
I do what I want, because this is another extreme where you go into self-destruction. Again, Allah Azza wa Jalla knows us, He created us, and He knows why He legislated certain things for us. And everything that He's asking us to do is for our own benefit, because He does not need us. Okay, so we have to understand Allah is Al-Ghani. He does not need us. And so everything He's asking us to do or stay away, it is for our own good, subhanAllah. So I wanted to start today's session with that again. And every session I'm going to start with that again. Intention. Look at your marriage from a different perspective. Know that your life is not yours. It is Allah's. Your marriage is a means to an end, like a beautiful sister said yesterday. Everything is a means to an end. It's not an end in itself. We are trying to go to Jannah. This dunya is a transit place. You use what you have been given as worship so that you can live blissfully in Jannah forever and ever and ever. May Allah make it so. Allahumma ameen. All right. So last time, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the rights and obligations. I'm gonna answer the question of Sister Yebe, but I will do that as I talk about the rights and obligations, inshallah. So let's look at our rights first as women. So her right, his obligation. So this is how it works, right? Your right is his obligation, and his right is your obligation, right? Right. So the right.
So these foundations, they're very important. When we understand and we realize that, marriage is an act of worship. It's not a personal project. It's not just me and you. It's really both of us trying to fear Allah to the best. And it's not about control. It's really about responsibility, mercy, accountability, taqwa, fear of Allah. And so when we have the Deen, we have a very strong foundation. But Allah Azza wa Jalla says, I am as my slave thinks I am. So understanding how we think, what are our triggers, how we are emotionally built up, what baggage we're coming from this early childhood conditioning, this is going to be, oh my goodness, vital in building a blessed relationship as well. So self-knowledge is absolutely, absolutely, absolutely important. When we don't know ourselves, then we project, as I mentioned earlier, right? We bring our past experiences, our fears, our ways of coping into the relationship. And that is different from the other one. He has his own baggage, his own way of coping. And then we read their actions based on our own conditioning. And so misunderstanding and silence that is toxic, right? And all of this thing is affecting our marriages today. And this is one of the main reasons as well that marriages struggle in our ummah, right? So understanding your patterns and triggers help you respond instead of reacting. This is why inside blessed relationships, we work on both your emotional awareness, attachment style, how to fill up your own cup, your own needs, how to understand yourself truly, and then also learning how to understand your spouse and seeing how to blend both histories, if you will. And so that emotional awareness plus the spiritual grounding is really the pillars of this blessed relationship. So when you bring these two together, understanding your Deen and understanding yourself, marriage becomes so much more stable and peaceful. And even if the marriage does not work out, you know that you've acted, because there's a part of blessed relationship where we actually talk about, if it doesn't work out, what do we do and how do we end in a way that's pleasing to Allah? Because again, you enter for the sake of Allah, you stay for the sake of Allah, you leave for the sake of Allah. So if your marriage feels stuck or disconnected, it does not mean it's doomed. First, we have to see, what is your knowledge of this Deen? How do you view marriage? So learning about this. Also, you have to see, am I projecting a lot on my spouse? And that is causing a lot of problems. So before you even make a decision that you may regret, you want to first give yourself this chance to really give it your all. And not only this information and this investment will pay off for you tremendously in all life areas, because like I said, mindset bleeds into all the life areas, right? When you understand yourself, your triggers and all of this, it's going to help your relationship at work, your relationship with your kids, with your parents, with your colleagues, with your sisters in Islam. And so it is why it's called blessed relationships, because it's more than just marriage. It really, the tools that you learn here, yes, it's for your marriage, but it also impacts everything else for you. And so we combine Qur'anic reflection with coaching exercises and all of that to help you grow emotionally and spiritually. And if you'd like to work on that with me, the link is going to be below, inshallah. I would love to see you inside. May Allah bless our ummah with beautiful, beautiful marriages. May our marriages witness for us and not against us on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Right now, we are not registering yet. We're just applying. So I'm building the cohort. It's topped at 10 sisters because I want to make it intimate. So right now, sisters are applying. And so there's no time. As soon as we meet the 10, I'll close and the application, and then just send the registration information for the applicants, inshallah. Any questions, you can also email me or message me, and I will answer bi'idhnillah. I will see you, inshallah, next week for another video. May Allah give us tawfiq. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.